Hey, it's Steve Barcelo from the Cryptozoology Museum. I'm out here with Sarah. We're going to do a hike, see what we can pick up out here. We haven't heard a lot though. Johnny's got some really cool audio lately. But it's still, as you can see, the trees are clear. You can still see way out there. So hike along with us and we're going to see what we find. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget we have our festival coming up. I'm trying to look at the camera and not kill myself walking through the woods here. April 15th at Littleton at the Lakeland Cultural Arts Center. Tickets are on sale. I'll try to put the link and everything up in here. But come along, let's see what we find out. We'll check ourselves some ticks later. We're all freaked out.
Okay.
It's just... This bridge actually goes underwater when it floods. That's how deep it gets, these banks. This is actually a very good location to set up at night too. To set up here with a thermal, you can see so far off. Now this side here is the summit that goes up, and we're not going to do that. We don't. It's interesting. It's a pitch too, but we generally don't get much there. Just flip this around. But we're going to go this way. And down here, I have some interesting stories I can tell you too. We came into an area where all these roots are not like a manicured trail, but we've gotten some amazing stuff here. Down here we actually found a deer carcass that the back legs are broken, and then we saw it. We went down the trail, came back, and it was dragged up. While we were here, it's like, what the hell just moved that while we were in here walking around? Look at the rock face on this. A lot of people just come here for the geology, for the rocks, and that's impressive. Looking at the mold. And this actually creates a canopy. So everything grows in, so this is like a tub.
Yeah.
We have bear for sure. We know we have big cats. People debate on what the cats are. Then we have wild pigs, fox and coyote. Fox are harmless. Then you have dogs. We have packs of dogs that will go through.
Oh.
And most of them are pretty harmless, but you do get some starving dogs because you get a lot of the hunting dogs that kind of just get dumped. Some get lost. And that's why we run a rescue, and a lot of the stuff we have is hounds and pit bulls and stuff.
Okay.
Matter of fact, quite a few of the dogs we've got, the rangers called us and we've rescued them from here. Usually pretty bad shape. Imagine trying to walk this trail at night with a thermal camera and you're looking up in here with this sort of trip hazards. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you're tripping over things. It's hard to be quiet. And even here with all the wind, I'm going to have a hard time getting any decent audio out of this today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's Steve and Sarah. We've been basically walking along the trails here and just kind of talking. I'm telling her stories of stuff we've gotten in the past. It's pretty windy today. And every once in a while, off in the distance, it's basically back in this area here. And you hear it's almost like a voice. Almost the last thing I heard, I don't know, how would you explain it?
I thought it kind of sounded like a cell phone noise, like a chime, but
To me, it sounded like
there's
I almost thought it was like
or an animal.
yeah, almost a goat sound, like
Yeah.
It sounds distant. It's definitely not my phone. My phone pings and I get Discord. So, and there's no trails back this way. Matter of fact, we've turned around because we don't want to go all the way up Summit Loop because we don't get anything really up there. And I figure let's go back this way, and I want to show her at least one more trail before I head back to the museum. But we're getting some kind of weird noise. Now, the only other thing it could possibly be, because of the wind, is a tree rubbing against a tree, which is possible, but it
sounds the same.
And
like
it's
the
moving.
Same noise. Yeah.
And we heard it here, and we heard it back over there, so it's like something's moving through the woods. It's making that sound, which made you think it was a hiker. And you can see it's clear out here. And we've been using the thermal cameras, so we should be able to see any kind of heat out there. If it's a deer making a noise or anything like that. So it's got to be something that's far enough back in that we're not seeing it. With this wind, it's just so hard to record this. All right, we're going to continue to hike along. I just wanted to document that. All right, Steve again with Sarah. She's back there. All right, so we decided, Sarah said, why don't we walk in and check it out? And since we're hoping it's not too ticky yet, I figured let's try it. Now this is where we're hearing the sounds coming from, somewhere back up in this area. Now we're off trail. But you notice the area is just like that area back there where all the trees are snapped and broken. Small, tiny, all different directions. Now once again, you guys know I'm not a tree structure guy. But there's an X. If I was a tree structure guy, I'd be thrilled to see this, especially where the weird noises are coming from. And now if it's a tree rubbing, we should be right on top of it. You see anything on the thermal?
Not yet.
It's Sarah's first day with a thermal. I gotta say, Sarah's pretty much a skeptic.
I'm not a skeptic.
Yes, you are. You're being very logical, which is good.
I'm skeptical of evidence, not of the existence of Bigfoot or aliens.
So she's a good one to be out here with, and she's not just saying everything she sees is Bigfoot. And let's go that way. See what we get down there. All right, we're going to continue to hike. If I don't kill myself on these logs. You're not hearing that noise at all. And the wind's blowing actually more than it was before. But look at all these down trees. Holy jeez. But I heard it again.
So far away.
I couldn't tell. I just thought I heard it. It could just be us making so much noise. These leaves are...
They're being a lot noisier than before.
Yeah. We're way off trail. Watch out for that hole. This wind's definitely not helping things. We'll go this way. There's a little creek here, so we don't get our feet wet. We'll definitely be checking ourselves for ticks after this one.
Oh, yeah.
How swampy this is going to be. Not too bad. Tripping over everything. The campsite's all the way on the other side of this.
Wow. So there's just nothing in that direction.
Really nothing. They'd be parking up where we are or up by the ranger station. That's weird. Steve and Sarah, we just got back from Medoc Mountain State Park. We're at the museum. I just want to come back and check on things. We just got to talk about what little bit happened there. We really didn't get much. We heard some weird noises in the distance. The wind was intense, to say the least. So I think we have to kind of disregard. I cannot say for sure it was anything more than a normal sound being altered by the wind.
But it was definitely never something I've heard in the woods before.
Yeah. It was weird. I wish it wasn't so windy. And I went there to basically shoot video of myself explaining for the upcoming festival, April 15th, don't forget. And basically I wanted to get some stuff that I could put on the big screen. But with the audio, I know going to be in terrible shape because of the wind, which I'm sure you guys will hear from the previous stuff. I opted not to bother to do that. I'll go back another day. I've still got a little bit of time before the festival. But it was enough where we'd be talking. I was just telling her assorted stories. There's stuff not even just about Medoc Mountain, talking about stuff I've done, the paranormal world and stuff when I worked for the Daily News. And we would both be interrupted and go like, "The hell was that?" And we'd hear something in the distance. I don't know. It almost sounded to me like almost like a goat sound or a donkey sound.
It sounded a little bit sing-songy to me,
Yeah.
although it wasn't a bird sound. So something along those lines, maybe.
And then Sarah said, "Why don't we walk off trail?" Which I try not to do, especially with someone new. I'm very impressed that she was willing to go off trail. And now's a safer time, although I'm going to check myself for ticks later, to do it. Still, the ticks are out. Some of the guys have already gotten some ticks on them already. But anyway, so we went out there, at least a little bit on the less snakes and spider end. And we went up to this area. You'll see in the previous video that all the trees are snapped off. Sort of like the original area where we had this thing. We went into this area, like I was there 4 days earlier, and all of a sudden all these trees are snapped and broken. You go across the trail and nothing's touched. And so we go all the way back into this woods now, way off trail, and we're hearing these weird sounds. Now, if it was a tree rubbing or something like that, we were there plenty long enough we should have heard something. And we heard nothing when we were up there, but it was an area that looked like it was some tree structures, which I'm not a huge tree structure guy, but there were some clear X's and some things up there. Anyone into the tree structures would have been excited about it. So.
And we did hear it at multiple points in the path. It wasn't just one spot.
It's almost as if it followed us, the sound followed us in, and it was always directly across where the path kind of turns like this. It was always back. It wasn't like it was coming from this angle, then from this angle. It wasn't like a center point. It was just in. And then we walked 2,000 feet up, and it would be straight across from us again, the sound, which made it kind of more suspicious. So nothing huge. We had thermal cameras. We did not see anything hot on the thermal cameras. I did not see any prints besides the massive load of broken trees and just in just certain areas. And it wasn't, once again, it's not a microburst, it's not wind shear, it's like all the trees in one direction. It's just very random and just kind of odd. Yeah. And it's like almost like something's intentionally doing it. But once again, that's a stretch. But it was an interesting time out. And we'll definitely I'm going to bring her back out. We're going to do some more hiking. We'll get you out on a night one, too. Yeah. That's kind of freaky. If you haven't done that before, it's like Blair Witch. You get out there with a headlamp and stuff.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, so we'll get one of those going. As soon as it gets a little bit warmer, but we don't want to wait too long because after everything starts to bloom and bud, you can't see very far. And, of course, it gets buggy and stuff, too. So hopefully we get a date that works for you, and we'll get out there within the next week or two. And hopefully before the festival. If not, we'll do it right after.
Okay, sounds good.
But it was great walking out there with you. We had a blast. I thought I lost you on the way here. So you turned the wrong way. He was like, oh,
hey,
where'd
I found
you
it
go?
Eventually.
But we all made it back here. And so we're back at the museum. Just want to shoot a little video at the end, just kind of wrapping this up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you guys watching us. April 15th. It's about a month away. We have our festival, Lakeland Cultural Arts Center. Tickets are on sale. The sales are really picking up, so grab your tickets now. Vendors that are interested too. We got spots for vendors too. I still got to respond to a few vendors that I haven't got back to. I've been so busy. But thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.